My name is Bwana. I'm a human rights activist. Part of my work is actually to document violations, and in this case, blackmail and extortion of persons belonging to the communities that are very vulnerable and are actually characterized by human rights violations. Well, blackmail, I've encountered so many cases of blackmail, but one outstanding one was like, what happened was the victim was actually called through a social media app to actually meet up with friends and have some chill time. When the person got there, the phone was grabbed from him. He was told to actually put the password, and then was told to actually surrender the PIN to his mobile money, and then the password to the gallery. It was actually very traumatizing for the individual. So he was so scared that he actually surrendered these, and then they went through those, and then it transcended into being violent. A lot happened, and then after they did what they did, because there was even acts of sexual assault, and afterwards they told this individual that actually if he ever reported or told the police or even went anywhere, they would follow up, because now they had his details. So it was actually very, very traumatizing to this person, because it happened like 4 months ago as we speak, but this person honestly speaking, this person has actually never recovered. And coming out of there, he didn't know what to do, where to go, who to call, until he reached out to me. So this is a problem that is happening to vulnerable groups, because blackmailing happens on a daily, and people don't know exactly what to do and how to handle it. So basically, people are out there and they're suffering, and they have this problem and they don't know what to do exactly about it. Some people don't even know about the law, that actually they can reach out and get help. Others know about the law, but then they're like, if I reach out to authorities, can they help me? Because we've had cases where people reach out to authorities and then they side with the blackmailer. Of course, there have been those successful stories where you reach out to the authorities and then they pursue the blackmailer, and they've even arrested the blackmailer and even jailed the blackmailer. But those are very few cases. The most cases, the higher percentage, people are suffering out there and they don't know what to do, because they want to protect their name and their faces and where they are. They don't want people to know about it. They don't want it to go on social media, so they keep silent. But mentally, people are affected. They are never the same, because if somebody holds you captive and takes information from you, you don't know when that information will pop up again. As an advocate, response to such cases of blackmail is that I'm fortunate to be linked to health service providers who provide mental health services. So when a person who's subjected to blackmail approaches me and the institution I work for, we reach out to the health service provider, mental health service provider, who is actually to help out, support this individual. So we link this individual to this health service provider, and he gets help, gets guidance on how to handle it, how to deal with it. And then we also reach out to the individual himself or herself to actually help this person to actually deal with it mentally, because mentally the mental effects are actually paramount, because the damage done by somebody being waylaid, captured, and actually forced to give private information is tremendous, because this affects somebody psychologically. Like I said earlier, it takes time for somebody to get over it. Some people got this kind of issue last year and they're still dealing with it. It's not easy. It's scary because it even transcends into paranoid tendencies. It's very, very scary. And no human being should be subject to such a thing. Well, at the moment, the advice I would give to somebody like that is to reach out to the authorities. And then, secondly, somebody who is subjected to blackmail and extortion should reach out to organizations that actually support vulnerable groups. These organizations have linkages and contact persons who can actually assist people who know who the vulnerable groups are and can actually offer support, because somebody subjected to blackmail and extortion really needs support in some way, even like even first aid, because when somebody is subjected to something like this, it is really traumatizing, so they need support immediately. So reach out to the organizations. People have organizations in these communities have support systems that can actually absorb this kind of violations. Reporting to the police in present times, I'm not sure whether somebody will get the support they need, because we are dealing with communities that are subjected to stigma and discrimination. These are vulnerable groups, and the people in authority have their own background of stigma and discrimination, which are driven by culture, religion, where they were born, where they went to school, where they are working. So it's subjective to all these factors. So I cannot say somebody can be safe or somebody can be helped. But like I said earlier, there are those that are actually willing to help, but they are few.